Like, subscribe, and leave a comment. So here's your review of AEW Rampage and AEW Dynamite, week commencing the 8th of July. So it starts off with Roosh versus Commander on Rampage. Really good match, but Roosh gets the victory. Then we have Roderick Strong calling out Kyle O'Reilly on Ishii. So let's see what happens there. Then we have Don Callis family versus the Private Party in a really good match, but the Don Callis family get the victory. Then we have Kyle O'Reilly versus some guy. Kyle O'Reilly gets the victory. Then we have Samoa Joe calling out Chris Jericho. See what happens there. And then in the main event is Morame versus Shida in a really good match, but Morame gets the victory. Then we go over to Dynamite. Dynamite starts up with Will Ospreay coming out. He calls out MJF for his actions, basically saying he knew that MJF didn't like him from the beginning, and also talks about his bidding war of 2024. Said it didn't really go that well because Tony Khan spent more money on Will Ospreay than he did MJF, and says that MJF is very selfish. Then MJF basically comes out and says Will Ospreay is a joke, he's replaceable, and MJF basically wants a title shot versus him for his international championship, and Will Ospreay accepts. Then we have Bryan Danielson versus Hangman Adam Page for the Owen Hart final. Really good match. In the end, the winner going to All In is Bryan Danielson. After that, Swerve Strickland comes out, basically says he's the best in the world. He holds the AEW championship. Says he will be at Blood and Guts on Team AEW, and he will face Bryan Danielson at All In and Okada as well. So let's see what happens there. Then we have Samoa Joe versus Chris Jericho in a street fight. You had tables, you had chairs, you had fighting in the crowd, but in the end, with a forklift, Chris Jericho gets the victory. Then Samoa Joe's carted to hospital. Then we have Ishii versus Claudio versus Pac versus Kyle Fletcher, I should say, in a four-way for the #1 contender for the international championship. Really good match, but in the end, Pac gets the victory. Then we have Hangman basically saying to the Elite he's in. You know what that means. Then we have Mercedes Moné come out, basically gloating over her victory, says, and she will beat Britt Baker if she wants. Britt Baker basically comes out and chases off Mercedes Moné. That was it. Then we have Darby Allin. He's back and he seemed basically attacking the Elite. So let's see what happens there. Then in the main event, it is Morame versus Willow for the Owen Hart finals for the women's. Really good match. Go and watch it. But in the end, Morame gets the victory. And after she gets the victory, Morame turns on Toni Storm and takes her out. Wow. So it's going to be Toni Storm versus Morame at All In Wembley. I can't wait.